What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. All right, so of course, the 2024 Hall of Fame class has been officially announced. Some of the names were leaked early, such as Dick Barnett and Walter Davis. It was also announced a little bit earlier that Vince Carter would be a Hall of Famer. Michael Cooper's name was also leaked early. I did videos about Michael Cooper and Dick Barnett on his channel. I have to say, though, that I'm a little bit surprised about Chauncey Billups. Okay. Chauncey Billups is one of the finalists, and he was selected in this Hall of Fame class. And I got to tell you, I just don't see Chauncey Billups as a Hall of Famer. He's really good, but Hall of Famer, I just don't see that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? No knock on him, but he's just not a Hall of Famer to me. I know he has the Finals MVP. I know he has a championship. So does Andre Iguodala. He is a 5-time All-Star, so that's something in his favor. He was never All-NBA first team. Never All-NBA defensive first team. His numbers were tied by the Detroit Pistons. Career averages of 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. I know he had his reputation, his nickname, Mr. Big Shot. He had a reputation for being a clutch performer, but in reality, I thought that was always a little bit overstated, and I always thought that he was one of the more overrated players in the NBA. Now, there was a stretch from 2002 to 2010 where he played on a high level. Okay? Now, the first 3 years of this stretch, he was not an all-star. But, I don't know. I'm just looking at his overall resume. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. In the playoffs, he played 146 playoff games, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 5.7 assists. Did have 2 years when he was playing with the Denver Nuggets that he averaged 20 points per game in the playoffs. Never averaged 20 points per game. Never averaged 19 points a game in the regular season. From that 8-year stretch, from 2002 to 2010, 17.4 points, 3.2 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.1 steals, 42% shooting from the floor, 40% from downtown, 90% from the free throw line. So he was a great three-point shooter and a great free throw shooter. But I don't think he was ever, except for maybe 1 year, I don't think he was ever in the top 10 in MVP voting. He was never considered the best point guard in the NBA. I mean, his name never really popped up as one of the best point guards in the NBA and that was during his prime. His best overall season was 2005-2006, when his PR rating was 23.4. His career PR rating is 18.8, which is indicative of a guy that's really good, but not great. Never led league in win shares. Um, when you consider he's a guy that was considered a scoring point guard, he scored 15,802 points, which is good, but not special or spectacular. 5,636 career assists, barely over 1,000 career steals. I'm not saying that he was bad. He wasn't. I'm not saying he was a bad player, but I just didn't see this guy that we would call a Hall of Famer. And I get that he has the Finals MVP and a championship, but I have to bring up Kevin Johnson. Because if Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer, then Kevin Johnson's a Hall of Famer. Gus Williams is a Hall of Famer. If Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer. Now I know they just voted Tim Hardaway into the Hall of Fame, but if Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer, then we gotta really relook at some things here, man. We gotta really do a thorough examination of the past and see if some of these guys that we don't have in the Hall of Fame deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Because they've lowered the bar so much. It's almost more like who was popular, you know, who did the media like, rather than does this guy deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? You could kind of put it all the way back to, I know LB's talked about this, the Sports and Political Channel LB. You can bring it back to Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady kind of was the first one to start this trend. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Hall of Fame threshold used to be a lot higher. But they've lowered the bar so much that now you're putting in guys who are just really good. You know? So, look, if you're going to put in Chauncey Billups, then is Eric Snow a Hall of Famer then? Maybe? I don't know. I got to look at his resume. Is Andre Miller a Hall of Famer? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.